What's up viewers, it's Rainbow Bob here, and I have another Gears of War 3 video for you to like and enjoy. And this one, my first game, is actually going to be sped up ×3, because as part of my series of first game series, I'll show you the first game. This one, I joined in late and we win the round. I don't get any kills this round, nor do I actually get any kills in the next round, so I thought it's not really a good gameplay to show you. And the next gameplay I thankfully recorded, and it was an amazing game. It wasn't for me, but it was for the people on my team, so they really, well, they were the reason why we won. It wasn't because of me, it was because of them. They're amazing. But this week's episode is going to be me talking about how I became a YouTube commentator and why, and I'm going to take you through my whole gaming experience, starting with the PS1. And on the PS1, my favourite game was Crash Bandicoot. It was the ultimate game at the time. There was a big thing about Crash Bandicoot and Spyro, I remember, especially for my generation. People may disagree, but for me anyway, it was Crash Bandicoot and Spyro. And I remember playing on Crash Bandicoot, the newer ones for the Xbox 360, which I actually own, because I think I own every single Crash Bandicoot on a console, non-handheld consoles that is, just the PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2 and Xbox. I think I own every single one of them even to these days. That's how much of a fan I am. It's kind of sad, but there we are. And so yeah, start with Crash Bandicoot. I actually got it because a family friend bought it for my brother and I, because we used to share a PS1, and I think we got one each, and Crash Bandicoot was just my thing, and I used to play on that, and whenever I wasn't playing on that, it would just be any other game. Then I went on to the PS2, because obviously I was only young when I had the PS1, I can't remember many other games, apart from Medieval, which I never actually completed, but I remember having it, and you were like, if you don't know what Medieval is, you can go search it, but you're basically this skeleton dude, go around, and I never understood it, because I think it was an 18, and I was about 6 at the time, so I had no clue what to do. I was just walking around, just doing anything. I would like to see that game again, and to see what you're actually supposed to do on it, and you know what it turns out to be like. It might be like a really good game, but for me I was too young for it, even though I actually did own it. And so that was my PS1 days. PS2 days got into, well, still into Crash Bandicoot. I remember playing a lot of racing games mainly. I mean, you had Crash Nitro Kart, I think, was on there, and also had a game which was RC Revenge Pro, which, if you never played it, it's basically RC car, you know, miniature car racing, but this one was like over the top, out of the world sort of thing. Like you'd be driving around almost theme park style places. You would have like giant squids and octopuses, and you would have to drive around them in boats, and you could create your own maps. And I used to create ones that would go uphill, downhill, and I'll try and use the whole of the map to try and create the biggest maps. They weren't impressive by any means, but I remember playing that one a lot. Not much else for the PS2 I can remember. There was other games, like I remember having Toy Story 2, I think, at one point, and I only remember that one because I left my PS2 running all day when I was at school, and that was obvious. And by the time I got back onto it, because I played it on in the morning, by the time I got home, it had been on for about 8 hours, and people were like, "Oh my god, your thing should have exploded," and it wasn't. It was just warm. I had the one, the fat PS2s, not the slim ones, and that's what I've always liked about consoles, when they're fat. I mean, the beefy Xbox, I thought, well, when I got mine it was good because it was being cool, and then I looked at the specs for the second one as I was reading the magazine for the slim Xbox, and decided, yeah, this one can still cool it. I mean, that was the problem with the red ring, just the overheating problem. But that's pretty much it for my PS2 sort of era. I always used to sort of dib and dab on this game. Of course, this is going back a couple of years, because I've been playing the Xbox for about three or 4 years now. About 3. Now, this is where it starts to get interesting. My first ever Xbox 360 experience, as far as I can remember, was going around a friend's house, and this was the time when the Wii had just come out, but he had an Xbox as well as a Wii, and we were like, yeah, let's go on the Xbox. So we were getting a bit bored of the Wii, and he had Gears of War 1. And now, I had never played this before. I wasn't much of a good gamer, and he was a good gamer, and still is, actually. And he sort of got me introduced to that, and it was I think it was just the graphics got me more than anything, as we used to play on Guitar Hero for the Wii, Guitar Hero 3, and the graphics, you know, you were like, oh my god, these are good graphics. And then my friends, when I went around my friends, the same one with Wii and Gears, that we played on Guitar Hero 3, on the Xbox, and I was like, whoa, these graphics are out of this world. And he was like, yeah, it's like that. He was astounded to see my reaction of, oh my god. And a quick comment about this gameplay. This is the round where I mean that we win. We were down, I think we had 6 lives at the start of just these 2 players. These 2 players actually just go on to win this round. They beast the other team, which, wow, it was amazing to watch, even though I wasn't playing. So I hope you're enjoying their footage. Well, the footage of them, not me, but my footage, haha. Anyway, back to my main story of Gears. Played on that, and that got me into the 360. Then my other friend who lived a bit closer, he actually got a 360, but he played on Halo. I think he just got it with his console. So we used to play on that a lot, and again, I wasn't good at it by any means, but it was fun because I was able to play online. It was my first real online experience playing against other people, and I loved it because it was different every time, as opposed to just doing a campaign or something. And when I actually bought my Xbox, it was for Christmas present, and I think it was just after Gears of War 2 came out, because my Xbox came with Gears of War 1 and 2 in a bundle, and when I first looked at the deal, it was just supposed to come with a second controller, but it didn't when we got it, because the deal switched, and it came with Far Cry 2. And if you never played that, it's a seriously underrated game for what it actually is. Can't wait till Far Cry 3, so look out for that in my future commentaries. So I'll be doing Far Cry 3, as I will be buying that. Yeah, so back on to me getting my Xbox. I got it and played a bit of Far Cry, but I was more like concentrated towards the Gears side. And at that time, World at War had come out, and my cousins and one of my cousins and my brother were saying, oh, you know, it's the best game ever, Call of Duty. And of course, me being new and only played Gears, I was like, no, Gears is the best game. But eventually, over time, I started playing World at War, and my brother, not my cousin so much, but my brother started playing Gears of War, and he decided it's actually a better game. And it's been like that for a while now, and I just remain right at the end of the day. I mean, I was sort of wrong to criticise World of War, thinking it was rubbish and nothing, because I had never experienced it. It's like when people will probably sort of say on this video, Gears fucking sucks, and it hasn't, unless you actually played it for a long time. Like, just, even if you play it for one day, you will start to enjoy it, I reckon. So yeah, World at War was a good game. Done more on that, actually. I switched over to that because that was the new thing for me. It was fresh for me. Of course, everyone else who had played on different Call of Duties, like the Modern Warfare, the first one, they were all used to that, and, you know, so I got my ass whooped on World at War majority of the times, but it was a different experience. That's why I liked it. And so I didn't really play on Gears 2 all that much until my brother got an Xbox of his own, and he started playing on Gears. So then he was playing with all his friends, so I thought, I might as well go on and start playing Gears a bit. But in between that, I had been playing Red Dead Redemption. I was going to say Red Dead for Left Redemption, I don't know. I was mixing Left 4 Dead. I've only played a demo of that once. But either way, that's the game that I went on to. It was Red Dead, just because I liked the whole idea of, in a way, that to me it seems the Grand Theft Auto mixed with sort of cowboys that had never been done before, as far as I knew. So I was like, yeah, I gotta play this, because it was made by Rockstar. And so played that, and played that for a long time. And in between that, when you get to the stage where you don't know what's coming out, because I had not kept up with like what's coming out, what isn't coming out. I knew nothing about what games were big and what was going to be big. And so I basically decided buy some games. I would buy I got Juice 2 and Assassin's Creed. I got into that for a while, but after Assassin's Creed 2 or 3, if there was, I can't remember the third one, it just got a bit too repetitive for me, and so I decided not to carry on with the series. But Juice 2 and Assassin's Creed, the first one, they were part of this sort of deal for £15 each, or no, 2 for 15 or something. So I bought that. But then I actually got Modern Warfare, played that. Modern Warfare 2 went on to that. I was still not really playing Gears 2 all that much. It was more about COD at that point for me. From there, I then went on to... What did I go on to? I went to Gears, really. There's a sort of big gap of... I can't remember what I was playing. Probably like Sims. I was just buying games just to fill the gap. And the reason why I became a commentator, which you'll probably been waiting for the whole video to find out why, is on Machinima. I was subscribed to them on YouTube, especially I subscribed to Machinima Respawn. They had this sort of annotation for a deal in the top left for 60% off Roxio capture cards, and I have been looking at capture cards for a while, and they were too expensive. But the Roxio game capture was just what I needed, and so I thought, right, with my Turtle Beach headset, use that as a microphone for my computer, use the capture card, bish bash bosh, set it up, why not start doing a bit of commentary? And the reason why I had a huge gap between sort of like Black Ops and Modern Warfare 3 doing commentaries was because I got out of it. I thought, it's not worth it. But anyway, 20 seconds left. Azza got me into commentary, and so I restarted doing commentaries. So I hope you like this commentary. Go check out my previous ones. I hope you look forward to my further commentaries. Why don't you sub to my channel, and I'll be doing one probably once a week. Have a good day, and I'll chat to you later.